Welcome to the great pandemic hoax of 2020. COVID-19 is real, but it's no pandemic, that's for sure. Flatten the curve, they said. Haven't we flattened the curve already? So what was the purpose of flattening the curve? I thought the purpose was so that the medical people in the hospitals weren't overwhelmed. You know what I mean? We knew everybody was going to get sick. We just didn't want them all getting sick at one time. Flatten the curve. We've done it. We've overdone it, actually. We've flattened the curve so much that hospitals all around the country are dead. They're sending nurses and doctors home. Mark made it out here.
What's up, Jeff?
What's happening?
Volusia for Trump. Check it out.
He's with Volusia for Trump. Follow him on Facebook. Yeah, walk into any hospital, walk into the emergency room, and it's dead. They got nothing to do. We've over flattened the curve. So once you've over flattened the curve like we have, don't you think they should start loosening up everything and opening up the states? Let more people walk around, and so people can get sick, right? Isn't that why we did that? Yeah, all these studies are coming out showing that up to 50 to 80 times more people than they thought have gotten sick, which lowers the death rate way below 1%. A lot of people are speculating that it brings it right down to the regular flu level or below the flu level deaths. No one disputes that it's probably a lot more contagious than the regular flu, but I think studies are going to show that it's not any more deadly than the flu. Pandemic, not even close. Yeah, for every 100 thumbs up and honks we get one finger. It's always overwhelmingly positive, no matter where we go. You all drove an hour and a half to get here? That's awesome. Appreciate it. Now the government tells you that you gotta stay home and you can't go to work and you can't make money to feed you and your family. The government tells you you can't go to work, but no one in the government has had to sit home. No one in the government's lost their job. Yeah, you can't go get a colonoscopy or go get a cavity filled, but you can go get an abortion. Okay. Yeah. Shutting down the economy was ignorant. They jumped the gun. The media kind of forced them to. They whipped everybody into a panic for nothing. Look at Sweden. They didn't make anybody stay home. They didn't close down the economy. No quarantine. And their numbers aren't that bad compared to most countries over there. How come Sweden doesn't have the largest death toll? They didn't close anything down. Brought this one out today. That's like a billboard.
I like that.
The only problem is it's a little too shiny.
There you go. And this is the honest right there, Jeff.
2 terms, baby.
On Paint the Trump.
Huh? Yeah, big one. Pam made it out. Awesome.
Citrus County.
Citrus County. Nancy Pelosi. She puts illegals first and Americans last. That woman's a pig. Triggered! Triggered!
You're a liar and a loser.
He thinks Nancy Pelosi cares about him.
You really think they care about you, don't you?
Hey, what happened to the Me Too movement? Huh? It all died when Joe Biden got Me Too'd. They forgot all about what Me Too even means. I guess it's not a Me Too thing if it's a Democrat. That guy, Biden. Media's covering for him. We got the most crooked media in this country. It's pathetic. The media is supposed to provide a service to the people. They provide a disservice to the people. They keep information away from us on purpose. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing legit about our media over here. Everybody all around the world knows it. Kavanaugh, they tried to barbecue that guy. Now Joe Biden, on the other hand, there's way more evidence that Joe Biden molested some woman that was working for him when he was a senator. That guy's a pig, man, right there. Right there. Old man with dementia. He don't know what day it is. Now where's he been during this pandemic? He's been held up in his house, man. His handlers won't let him talk. Because every time he opens his mouth, man, he looks like an old fool. I guess the lefties aren't curious. Most of them probably don't even know that Biden's got all these sexual assault charge or claims against him. How could they know, man? Their media won't tell them. Reopen America. COVID might be real, man, but the panic is a scam. It's a hoax. The media is doing this to us on purpose. They want to act like this is a big deal. And then they want to put a microscope on Trump. Every word he says. Go on CNN, MSNBC. Look at almost all the media. And it's going to be some kind of a story that's spun negatively on Trump. If you can't see what the media is doing, man, you're not paying attention. The lefties are making fun of Trump, saying that he's trying to tell people to spray Lysol in their veins or taking a bleach IV or some crap. And he never said any of that crap. He was basically thinking out loud. You know what I mean? And it was posed as a question to the doctors that were there. Can you use UV light, you know, to kill bacteria? Yeah. And he made some comment that was kind of dumb about, you know, can you spray something inside? I don't know. It was kind of a dumb question, but regardless, look at all the dumb shit Biden says. Every single time he pops his head out, he says something ignorant, and he's a babbling old fool. Makes an ass out of himself every single time, and the media doesn't say a damn thing. That's what I'm saying by Trump being under a microscope, man. That's why the media is pushing this hype on this virus, so they can take any opportunity to take a jab at Trump, man. It's all about Trump. If Trump wasn't our president, we wouldn't be quarantining. I'm convinced of it. Okay, so the COVID thing has put a lot of meat packing plants out of business, or not necessarily out of business, it's shut down for now.
Right.
Whether just because people have to stay home.
That's the reason they can't keep people in working.
Right.
And they're supposed to slaughter 2 million chickens because they don't have enough people to...
2 million chickens are going to get slaughtered.
Because they don't have enough
they're going to get
people
euthanized, is a word.
Euthanized.
And then burnt or something. We're not going to be able to eat them. It's just a waste.
Waste.
Not to mention all the cattle around the country.
They're telling them to euthanize the cattle. They're telling them to euthanize the pigs and bury them in pits.
Farmers are tilling up perfectly good vegetables.
Right back
because they got nowhere to take it. All the restaurants are closed down. Schools are closed down.
Sell them to the people.
Yeah.
Sell me a pig. I'll put it in my freezer and I'll smoke it on my smoker.
So what's going to happen is, how far down the road is it going to be before we have a major food shortage?
It's going to be real. I'm afraid it's going to be real soon. Trump said he was going to sign an executive order to make them go back to work.
Yeah.
But there's still going to be a shortage. I went and stocked up this afternoon, so my freezer's full because I know there's going to be a shortage.
Well, how come they don't consider people that make our food essential?
Hopefully
they consider the grocery store people essential, but the people that are actually making creating the food, they're not essential.
Don't
make any sense, dude.
But not the people making the food. That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, the UN says 250 million people are going to starve to death already, right now. That's the real tragedy right there.
That's the worst, and the poverty that's going to come from this whole thing.
So all these governors, they kind of got to go slow because the media's got a microscope on them too, and they'll demonize you. They got half the people in this country, more than that, thinking this is the biggest pandemic ever, and everybody's dying from it, which is the furthest thing from the truth, man.
It'd be great.
We got all our rights taken away. For what? A fake pandemic? So they're arresting mothers for letting their kids go play in the park, while they let criminals out of prison.
Go murder people.
Yeah. Look at de Blasio. He let how many people out of prison, and how many tons of them have already committed crimes and got rearrested.
Right people.
Idiots. Hey, how's it going?
Trumplican.
Trumplican. Yeah, nice. So if you need to go for a well visit when everything opens back up, or you need to go get a colonoscopy, you're probably gonna have to wait a year to get in. It's so backlogged.
Well, they're furloughing nurses and doctors from the hospitals
Yeah.
because there's nothing for them to do.
Yep.
There's the order.
Man, we let the media do this to us.
Yep. I've been the media and the Democrats for 3 years, almost 4 years straight. Nothing but garbage.
Yeah, they finally found something that they could kind of push and hold on Trump. You know what I mean? Nothing they've been able to do is stuck to him.
No.
Not that this is sticking to him, but this is definitely something that they have his back against the wall, and they got a spotlight on him, and every little thing he does, they try to spin it negatively.
Everything.
And they're using this
No
as a
ventilators.
political tool.
No ventilators. Now we got more ventilators. We got to give them to all the other countries because we got way too many. But instead of blaming China, the people they should be blaming, they blame the president of the United States.
Yeah, that's our media too, man. The lefties and the media. This whole thing started in China. They covered it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the media doesn't blame China whatsoever.
Not
They
at
spend all their time blaming Trump for stuff.
If you say
It's
China,
pathetic.
you're a racist for saying China.
Yeah.
Yep.
As bad as the economy is right now, imagine how much worse this economy would be if the Democrats were in control and they could implement their Green New Deal.
Well, I'm sure they would have already destroyed this country.
It would have been it would have been 100 times worse than this. They want to get rid of airplanes and cars and cows.
Just crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
It's
and
bad.
It's going to cost 93 trillion is the numbers they're putting out for this. 93 trillion.
Well, they print money is what they do. That's how they take care of that problem. You know how that worked out for Venezuela.
I mean, we already.
When did this happen? You got a cast on your
Splint, yeah.
splint or whatever. When did you do that?
The 17th of April, but I waited 10 days to go because of the COVID-19.
So when you went down there, was it packed?
No, there was nobody there.
Nobody there?
Nobody there. Yep.
See what I mean?
Okay.
Nobody there.
Even
at the
had a
hospital.
CAT scan, I was in and out in 2.5 hours.
Woo. Wow.
What's that say?
If you went right now, there'd be nobody there.
Nobody there.
That's right. I'd have to say we over-flattened the curve. That's what I'm calling it. Millennial 10.
How's it going?
What's up, dude? I've been watching videos and reading articles about doctors talking about how they're being coerced into writing on the death certificates of people who have died as COVID-19. Gee, why would they do that? MAGA. My ass got acquitted forever. So hospitals have been ordered by the government not to do elective surgeries. Basically, they want the hospital open just to take care of the COVID people. And they're not rolling in, I guess, like they thought they were going to. Even right now, man, a month later, hospitals aren't making any money whatsoever. Okay? But if someone with COVID comes in and the hospital treats them, they get $13,000. If you got to put that person on a ventilator, that's $39,000. For a hospital that's not making any money whatsoever on anything other than COVID, marking someone down as COVID, that's a pretty big incentive. I guess I can see why maybe, hospitals are trying to coerce doctors into writing COVID on everything. The numbers are fluff big time. Did you know that in New York, over 4,000 people that have died of supposedly COVID, they were never even tested. So how do they know? They never tested them. Doesn't that bother anybody? I read an article yesterday where somebody OD'd. And they died. And they did have COVID.
Yeah.
So that was the cause of death. Pam's got her cape on today. You know what, man? You quarantine the sick, not the healthy. Kim Jong-un, is he alive or is he dead?
I'm not quite sure, but I heard rumors saying, oh, maybe it's coronavirus. No, because of the fat open
Maybe he's
stomach.
just afraid of catching corona. I think he's a little chicken shit. What he is. He's probably hiding from the corona, but like Ted said, that's one guy that is, everybody around the world's rooting for him to be dead. I live in Seminole County, right? Small county in Florida. Last year, 80 people died of the flu in Seminole County. This COVID crap's been going around for 6 months already, okay? We've had 8 deaths in Seminole County, and we've already plateaued. So, at best, it'll be 16 people died of COVID, compared to 80 from the regular flu. Maybe the regular flu is more dangerous. Now, you can't buy, like, paint or seeds, but you can buy alcohol and lottery tickets. Shit don't make any damn sense. They want you to social distance, but go to any grocery store and people are packed in there like sardines. What good is quarantining doing? The moment you step into a grocery store, didn't do any good. I don't get why you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's, but you can't go get your hair cut. A lot more people inside Home Depot. Yeah, so I heard the newest poll has Biden up by like 8 points or something over Trump. The media apparently thinks we're gonna fall for that. We fell for it the first time. Trump won by a landslide. If you're judging by the Electoral College, which that's how we do it around here. Democrats didn't win by the electoral vote, so they want to, abolish it because they're cheaters. They want 16-year-olds to vote. They want to try to force us to all vote from home because of this plague. Well, forget that shit. That's how they cheat. You don't have to show an ID. That's how they always cheat. Voting by mail. I mean, I'm just asking questions, making observations. I don't trust the government. Why should I? Triggered, weirdo!
Trump, baby, Trump!
Triggered, loser!
Triggered loser!
Triggered, weirdo!
Smoking dope, too.
Yeah, were they?
Yeah.
Smoking their weed while they're giving us the finger.
I love it. You know why the Democrats care more about illegals than homeless people in America?
What the hell is this guy doing?
He's waiting for money. Ted's getting.
Why is he dancing by my Trump painting? You give him some money? Yeah! Triggered weirdos! Triggered weirdos!
Church ladies.
That is one triggered weirdo right there. Triggered! Triggered weirdo!
Biden is going to struggle. He can't sometimes complete a coherent sentence, and he's got all sorts of issues that the media have chosen to ignore. There's credible allegations against him. There's now a police complaint being made by Tara Reid, who's accused him of certain sexual misconduct. She was a former staffer. He keeps doing interviews where this is not even brought up as a question. They're absolutely corrupted media in the US, and I don't use that word lightly, but their behaviour is just reprehensible. You can see why trust in the media in the US is at historic lows, because they've got this insane double standard, and of course that benefits Biden, but there will come a time when he'll have to answer these questions that he hasn't had to face for months, and I think he's going to really struggle.